One big hurdle I see with my clients and people that want to live a big dream is this concept of trust. They have a lack of trust. And maybe early on in life, someone let them down. Maybe someone betrayed them. Maybe they watched a family member be betrayed. And in them is this feeling of, I have to watch out. I can't trust people. And that kind of feeling of you want people to prove and earn their trust before you're ready to open up. And so when we approach life that way, it's very defensive. And of course, with good measure, sometimes we needed to create that from an ego perspective. But as we grow up, those sort of patterns and that survival strategies do not work for us anymore. And then the ego actually uses those experiences. Anytime we try to go into the unknown and try something new, we end up hearing that ego go, you better watch out. You better do all your due diligence, and maybe you should start right now, or you procrastinate, or whatever it is, or you kind of push people away because you just don't trust them. And you're always assuming the worst case with them and looking for red flags all the time. And it's really not a really open way to be. And, as we always say, what you focus on expands. And so if you have a lack of trust, you'll tend to see the world as a dangerous place, as people untrustworthy. And it just goes on. And it's almost like you can't break that cycle because the outside world proves to you every time, see, I knew it. I couldn't trust people. And it keeps you in that loop. So when we think about trust, making a decision, or I know some of you may be coaches or you sell services and you think I have to, I want that guarantee. If I give you my money, I need that guarantee. I need that guaranteed outcome. If you're in a relationship, if I open my heart to you, I need that guaranteed outcome that you are going to return that love. If I do this workout, are you going to guarantee that I'm going to get into the best shape of my life? If I share my deepest feelings with you, are you going to accept me and love me just as I am before I shared them with you? And so ego wants that guaranteed outcome because it wants to know, what's been safe, what's been tried before, and it doesn't know with the unknown of what to do. And psychologically, there's been many, many, many tests on this, that when there is uncertainty as to what the response will be, the person or the animal that they used stopped taking action and they kind of pull back. And so, this isn't for everyone, but, everyone has a little bit of lack of trust, a little bit of looking for scammers or looking for someone to take advantage of you, or in a relationship, looking for someone who's going to break your heart. And so we end up creating this barrier between us and other people, and even between us and our dreams because of this lack of trust. So the answer is give up the guaranteed outcome. Ask yourself, why do I need this guaranteed outcome? Why do I absolutely need to know that this person's going to respond this way, or this outcome is going to happen if I take this action? Or if I trust you, will you give me the results that I totally want to have in my life? And are you going to be kind to me? Are you going to be open to me if I share what I feel? And when we haven't had an experience of doing something, when we're stepping into the unknown, there's no way we can guarantee that everything's going to work out okay. And past experience shows you that. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. And so waiting for that guarantee will cause you to stop stepping into the unknown and will keep you in the same pattern. And guess what? Your ego loves that. Your ego loves to stay in the predictable pattern of the past. And so if you want to break free, I would have you ask this question: what guarantee do I really want? Like, what do I need? Why do I need this external outcome or this other person to act a certain way in order for me to feel safe, to feel good, and to avoid pain? And when you do that, you're actually projecting all your power onto that person. And what if you could reclaim that power and say, well, you know what? I want to express myself this way, and whatever the outcome is, good or bad, I'm going to look at it without judgment. And I'm going to know that I trust in myself, that I can handle whatever arises, whatever feedback I get, and I'm going to use it for my growth. And that's the only way we can really build trust. And if we start trusting ourselves, and start taking action and opening up to people, or building new relationships, or hiring someone for a service and trusting them to help you and support you, that is actually going to move your life forward. And you can always be discerning. You can always be discerning, and check in with who you're, what decisions you're making and all those things. But if you're always just so hyper protective, there is no space for possibility. And when you open up that space for possibility, when you're willing to accept whatever outcome shows up, usually the mindset that you have when you're taking that action is actually contributing to a more positive result. If you're taking action with fear and distrust, you're going to get it back. So it's the best thing you can do is let go of the attachment to the outcome and trust in yourself that no matter what happens, no matter what shows up, you know you can handle it. You trust in yourself, and even not just your ego self, but you trust in your deeper nature, that you're taken care of, that you're supported, that you're loved, that you're unlimited, and that you have power. So I hope this resonates with you, or maybe someone that has a trust issue, that maybe just some things to think about, and hopefully open up their heart a little bit, trusting a little more, and knowing that a new world is going to open up for you or them to live a greater, grander, bigger life.